If you're over 50 and too tired to cook, this might be why your midsection feels more stubborn lately. Now, this may sound strange, but hear me out. After menopause, it's not always about what you eat, but maybe it's about how your body is responding to stress. And sometimes overcomplicated meals are adding more stress than support. And complicated doesn't always mean that it's healthier. At 63, I've learned that consistency matters much more than complexity. This year has been a big transition for me. I lost my job, and this is the first time this has happened to me in my entire career. Now, I'm not ready to retire, but I do believe God is bringing me into a new season. I'm learning new skills, maybe even starting a business, and trusting that this season has purpose for me. And although this is exciting, it does come with some uncertainty, and that brings on stress. And what I've noticed about myself is that when my stress increases, it's hard for me to make decisions. Something even as simple as, what am I going to eat? And when meals are overwhelming and feel that way, we either skip them or we grab whatever is easiest, and that's not always the best thing. When stress stays elevated, cortisol can rise, and research shows that ongoing high cortisol is associated with more belly fat. During and after menopause, your metabolism becomes more sensitive to stress, sleep, and blood sugar swings. I've even noticed that when I'm feeling stressed, my midsection gets bigger too. Sometimes it's not just about calories, but it's about how supported your body feels. And what I've learned is that when stress goes up, simplicity has to go up too. So instead of adding more pressure with more complicated meals, I've created a simple framework I can repeat. I make protein, fiber, healthy fats, and choose smart carbs my priority. They help stabilize blood sugar, support digestion, and keep energy steady. These are metabolic supportive meals. Also, when I say metabolism, I'm not just talking about weight, but I'm talking about how your body turns food into energy, how steady you feel during the day, how well you sleep, and how your body stores or burns fuel. After menopause, this system becomes more sensitive. So, metabolic supportive meals are simply meals that help your body feel stable instead of stress. Let me show you one of my easy one-pan meals. As long as you have protein, fiber, and healthy fat, you can mix and match your ingredients and keep it interesting. My protein that I'm using for this dish is chicken thighs. I like to use chicken thighs because they cook fast, they're simple, and they're affordable. I also like to buy the ones that has the bone in and the skin on because they do have more flavor. I'm generously seasoning with my traditional seasoning that I usually use for poultry, and that's simply a little salt and pepper, not too much salt because I have Cajun seasoning and I don't want to have too much salt. I also add some garlic powder and some onion powder and some cayenne pepper. Next, I'm adding sweet potatoes for steady carbohydrates and extra fiber. I'm adding some olive oil, which is my healthy fats, and the same seasoning that I use for my chicken thighs. And lastly, I'm having some string beans. These are pre-washed, pre-cut, and this makes prepping time a lot faster. This is also my fiber, and I'm adding some olive oil and the same seasoning that I used on the chicken thighs as well as the sweet potatoes. Now I have the chicken thighs and the sweet potatoes on the sheet pan. I'm going to cook those for at least around 15 minutes, and then I'll add the string beans because the string beans is not going to take as long to cook. This didn't take any time and it looks so delicious. I have enough chicken for a couple of days, and the only thing I have to do is make some more veggies or a salad. This type of meal supports my metabolism because it keeps my blood sugar more stable. And that simplicity lowers stress for me. Maintenance isn't all about being perfect, but it's about removing friction. If it takes about an hour and 20 ingredients, you won't repeat it. But if it takes about 30 minutes and it's simple ingredients, you can do that even on stressful days. That's how metabolic supportive habits become sustainable. At this stage of life, I'm not trying to make complicated meals. I'm trying to protect my energy And I used to think that healthy meant elaborate. Now I know healthy means sustainable. So if you're too tired to cook, don't quit on yourself. Lower the complexity, keep it simple, and keep it consistent. And watch how your body responds over time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the thumbs up, the notification bell, and subscribe to make sure you don't miss when I talk about strength training for women over 50 and also share more metabolic supportive meals. So until then, stay well, healthy, and blessed.